The Purpose of Wealth, Chapter 1. What is the purpose of wealth? We spend most of our lives looking and working for money, but why? Today, we're going to cover two main lessons about money. This is a very deep lesson, so be sure to grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee, and let's look into this in detail, as some of the perspectives can be life-changing. To begin with, there's an old story I'd like to share with you, which you may have heard before. A young entrepreneur was walking on the bank of a river one day when he met an old fisherman under a tree. The young man approached the fisherman and asked him how much fish does he catch in a day. The old man replied, he said that he finds it is easy to catch fish, and so he doesn't really care how much fish he catches. The young man decided he was going to give the fisherman the benefit of his experience and improve his life. Well, the entrepreneur says, if you catch more fish, you can sell the excess at the market and use the money to buy another fishing line. And then what? The fisherman replied. Then with all the excess fish you're catching, you could keep on selling it until you buy a boat. And then what? The fisherman replied. Then using the boat, you can catch even bigger fish that will sell for even more money. And then what? The fisherman replied once again. Then you use that money to buy multiple boats, hire a bunch of people, and now you have an amazing fishing business. And then what? The fisherman calmly replied. Then one day, when the business is big enough, you could create a franchise and sell it for millions. And how long will this take? The fisherman asked. Oh, maybe 10 to 15 years. And then what? The fisherman replied once again with a smile on his aging face. Then you could spend your whole day fishing and never have to worry about. And that's when the young man goes quiet. The penny drops. Lesson 1. What is money? Money and wealth are very different. Money is typically what you earn in exchange for the time you spend at work. Wealth is making money while you sleep, and wealth continues to grow. A really good example of this is in real estate or property. Even if you decide to take a sick day, wealth in real estate continues to grow, and it gives you an income. The same cannot be said for money. Even if you earn a lot of money, one can still have money problems. 90% of lottery winners are broke within 2 years of winning the lottery. That's because they have money problems and lack the skills to retain money. Does money make you happy? That's another deep question. But one thing is for sure, a lack of money isn't going to give you a lot of happiness. Most people will work several jobs for 40 to 50 years, and at the end hope that they've been able to acquire enough all these years to keep them going until the day they eventually die. Most people's retirement isn't a nice experience. They have suffered while they have worked all their life and have very little money left to live off when they do retire. We need money for two main reasons: food, shelter. It's really that simple. My definition of financial freedom is when your passive income, money you earned without working for someone, covers your food and shelter costs. This is often much closer than you think. As a small interlude, make sure you check out the video on the 15 skills of rich people. The link is below in the comments and on your screen. Lesson 2. Who do you really want to be? We are diverse beings and everyone is different. Some people want to work 18 hours a day, and the idea of sitting on a beach or traveling doing no work for 3 months is a nightmare. For others, they hate the idea of having to work, and are happy trekking as a backpacker for a year or more. How many of you remember being children and your teacher asking you, what do you want to be when you grow up? If money was no subject, what would you want to be? Maybe a ski instructor? Maybe just live on a boat and dive in the beautiful seas in the world. Maybe run a charity. Or maybe you'd like to build a larger business and earn even more money. Most people don't know who they are because they can't afford the luxury of finding out. We don't know how to be happy because we never take the time to find out what makes us happy or fulfilled for that matter. In order to find your thing, you have to be able to first try many things and select the one that interests you the most. If money is no longer a problem and you have wealth, then you can truly discover who you want to be. One of the most important purposes of wealth is allowing you the luxury to explore and better understand yourself and how you want to live your life. We work with a number of charities and especially focus on orphans. We don't do this to make money, we do it because it's immensely fulfilling personally and spiritually. This is the true underlying purpose of wealth: creating time for things that you want to do. And to not have to do true wealth is being able to choose where your time goes. Life should be lived passionately. Yet, so many people forego their passions because they don't fit the demands of a busy society. But without passions, one can never be happy. Conclusions. If you can work out who you want to be and how you can achieve that, it's so much better than trudging through life working in a day job just because you have no other choice. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the purpose of wealth. Do you remember the lesson of the fisherman? If you can solve wealth, then everyone else won't look like they're doing much to anyone watching because they're conditioned to think that way. We want you to solve wealth, and it's not as difficult as you may think. If you enjoyed today's session and want us to continue this series, make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure to look out for the next video in the series. Take care, and we will catch you on the next one.